Hello, welcome to Villages, Florida. My name is David. I'm a realtor with Florida Realty Investments, and I can be reached at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Every week, we take a look at what's happening in the Villages real estate market. We take a very in depth look. We take a look at the different areas of the Villages. We've broken them down into four distinct geographical regions, and we'll take a look at what's happening in each of those regions and compare them. So, if you're trying to get an idea as to what's happening in the Villages real estate market, tune in to us every Monday. We will cover the market here in depth, and you'll get a good idea not only as to what the market is currently, but how we got to where we are and what the recent trends have been. If you find this information valuable, please consider subscribing and/or liking this video. It really helps us to grow the channel. Also, I should mention, since it's the beginning of the year, thank you to everybody who helped the channel grow last year. We will always strive to bring you the most recent up-to-date information on the Villages real estate market. A couple of things to note. First, we produce this show every Monday. Make sure you check the date to ensure you're getting the most recent information. Secondly, all of this information is drawn from the MLS. It does not include any information on the Village's own internal listing service, the VLS. For that reason, if you're a buyer, you really should have two representatives. Without somebody showing you VLS properties and MLS properties, you won't see everything for sale. Similarly, if you are considering selling your home in the Villages, you are going to need to decide whether you want to list on VLS or on MLS. Either way, whether you're a buyer or a seller, I certainly hope you consider using me. If you're a buyer, I will endeavor to get you the best deal possible for the home you're looking for. If you're a seller, I will negotiate the best possible price for you on your exit. Before I start this week, there is a big announcement. We have a website up. We're going to be adding content to it on a regular basis. The website is DavidisinFlorida.com. Once again, DavidisinFlorida.com. Please consider going to the website and sending me a note saying hello. I would welcome the interaction. Also, if you're interested in any information on the Villages generally, we do have a page up already on golf courses, a page on real estate, answering a lot of real estate related questions that you might have about life in the Villages, VLS versus MLS, things of that sort. We've started a page on the recreation centers here. We're going to be adding content all the time, discussing life here in the Villages, what there is you should know, things to avoid, amenities that you may not be aware of, and what it's like to live here. Please visit us at DavidisinFlorida.com. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at what's happening this week. As always, we start by taking a look at the 10-year government note yield. This is the government bond yield that most closely tracks the mortgage rate. And you can see that after rising for the last 2 years or so from 0.5% to almost 5%, the 10-year note is now hovering just under 4%. What this means for mortgage rates is that after peaking at just over 8%, they are currently just under 7. We'll have to wait to see whether this decrease in rates rejuvenates the housing market. As you'll see in the charts coming up, we're heading into a key buying season here in the Villages. Last year, sales really picked up towards the middle of January. Let's hope we see that again this year. We'll cover those charts coming up. What we're looking at here is a map showing every property currently listed for sale in the Villages. On this map, the size of the property is denoted by the size of the circle, and the color of the circle denotes the price per square foot. So the lighter the circle, the more expensive per square foot, and the larger the circle, the larger the home. We're going to zoom in on these graphs in more detail as I show you how I've broken the Villages down into areas. The first region that we look at is the North region. Here you can see all of the current active listings in the North. I've defined the North as bounded by Highway 42 on its northern boundary and Highway 466 on its southern boundary. These are the active listings in the area I'm calling the Mid-North. This is bounded by 466 on the north and by 466A on the south. This is the area I'm calling the Mid-South. It's bounded by 466A on the north and Highway 44 on the south. And this is the area I'm calling the South, which is everything south of Highway 44. As you look at these maps, keep this in mind. I'm able to zoom in to any area of the map, and we can take a look at how many homes are currently for sale. We can filter it by size, we can filter it by price. We can take a look at any area of the map and determine what homes have sold or gone pending over the last 60 days and compare them to houses currently being listed. Similarly, if you're trying to sell a house, this can give you a good idea as to your competition and what a reasonable listing price might be. Now we'll look at all listings for a while. This is a long-term chart showing you the number of listings on a weekly basis going back almost 2 years. Currently, there are 342 active listings, down from 349 last week. Compare this to 272 listings same week a year ago. Currently in the villages, active listings range in price from $150,000 to $2.5 million. Here's another long-term chart where we look at the median listing price per square foot for all listings in the villages. Currently $262.19, up from the $262.01 of last week. Still down very slightly from the $268.39 of the same week a year ago. But for the last 6 months, median listing prices per square foot do seem to be holding steady. All of the charts of this type are long-term trend charts to give us an idea as to trends, and here we're looking at how long homes are staying on the market. This is the median listing time for all homes on the market, currently 57 days, up from the 53 days that was in effect last week, and up from the 50 days that was in effect the same week a year ago. I've rounded to 57. The actual number is 56 and a half days. This is the highest median time on the market for all listings since the 59 days of July. Here's one of our newer charts. We're looking at all listings and we've broken them down into the 4 regions that I described earlier: north, middle, south, and south. Here you can take a look at the 4 areas of the villages, get some idea as to how many properties are for sale, what the median size is, and what the median asking price is. Another way of looking at all of the listings, here we've broken them down into price groups, and you can see how many homes are available in each price segment in each area of the villages. So for example, in the entirety of the villages, in the $300,000 to $400,000 range, there are 133 properties for sale. In the north, 89. In the middle north, 33. In the middle south, there are 7. And in the south, there are 4. Here's a new graph that we thought would be illuminating. This shows us by price group how many listings there are in the regions of the villages, and the regions are separated by color. So for example, the north is orange and the south is purple. And you can see the $300,000 to $400,000 range, by far the most active price segment in the villages, and 89 properties in the north available in that price range. If you would like a copy of any of these slides, please reach out to us at DavidisinFlorida.com. Send us a note. We'll be happy to send you any slides you have interest in seeing more closely. And one more look at listings. This is broken down by price segment and by region. You can get an idea as to how many active listings there are in each price segment in each of the 4 regions of the villages. Here we come to a chart that we think is significant, even though this week it may not be as horrifying as it has in recent weeks. We're looking here at the number of new listings and the number of homes going pending. The number of new listings this week is 16, down from 18 last week, and down from 19 the same week a year ago. Number of homes going pending increased from 16 to 21 last week, also improving on the 16 of a year ago. I still am concerned because looking at this graph, you can see that the gray line is pending home sales and the blue line is new listings. And even though new listings have been falling since November, the number of homes going pending has been falling since April. Hopefully we see the same bounce that we saw the same time last year. Quick look at homes going pending, long-term trend on the price per square foot. Median this week, $268.43. Up from the $263.20 of the previous week, and up from the $259.05 from the same week a year ago. Pending time, median time on the market for all homes that went pending. The week before last week, it had jumped to 81 days. Certainly a relief to see that coming back down to 40. It was 68 days the same week a year ago. Hopefully that portends positive things for the market going forward. Here we look at what the price change was for the homes that went pending over the previous week. 4.7% reduction, slightly improved from the 4.9% reduction of the previous week, and a big improvement from the 5.9% reduction that was in effect for the same week a year ago. Here's an interesting look at homes going pending. Here we look at the homes that went pending over the previous 60 days. You can see there were a total of 90, median size of 1,645 square feet, and a median price of $399,000. In the north, 39 homes went pending. In the south, only 7. In the north, the median price was $349,000, identical to the median price in the south, even though the median size in the north appears noticeably larger. One last look at listings. Here we're looking at how long they've been on the market. Median time on the market for all listings in the village is currently 54 days. In the north, 59 days. In the south, 46 days. Number of homes that have been on the market for 100 days or longer is 73 in the villages. In the north, there are 44 homes that have been on the market over 100 days. In the south, only 2. Now we take a look at homes that sold and closed over the last 7 days. They numbered 25, up from 17 the previous week and up from the 21 of a year ago. Homes closing ranged in price from $218,000 to $949,000. On this graph, again, you can see that sales last year really took off starting middle of January. Let's hope we see that again this year. This is a long-term trend of sales prices. We're looking at price per square foot on properties that closed on a weekly basis. $258, the median price last week, compared to $245 the week before, and compared to $251 the year before. Another long-term trend chart. This is the median time on the market for the homes that sold and closed in the previous week. 38 days the median time, compared to 50 for the previous week, and compared to 51 for the same week a year ago. A couple of interesting notes on the homes that sold and closed last week. One of those was on the market for 0 days, and the home on the market the longest was 178 days. Of the properties that sold, 4 had been on the market for 100 days or longer. Here we're going to take a look at the differences between the different areas of the villages. When you see charts like this, we're looking at the prior 60 days of data. The long-term charts plot weekly data points. Here we're looking at the prior 60 days or 2 months. And you can see that in the villages as a whole over the last 60 days, 210 properties closed, median size of 1,533 square feet and a median price of $380,000. In the north, 104 properties closed. In the south, only 13. Here we break down the houses that closed over the last 60 days into price buckets, and you can get some idea as to how many properties are selling in each of these price ranges in each of the regions in the villages. For example, the $300,000 to $400,000 range, there were 79 properties closed. 44 of those were in the north, 30 in the middle north, 1 in the middle south, and 4 in the south. Once again, if you would like copies of any of these slides, please reach out to us at DavidisinFlorida.com. We'll be happy to provide them. If you're interested in buying in the villages and you're trying to get a good deal, or you're interested in listing your home in the villages and you're trying to maximize your return in a reasonable period of time, please reach out to me at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com or through our website at DavidisinFlorida.com. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have or help you any way we can. Please don't forget to check out our website. We're going to be adding new content all the time. Please reach out to me. I hope to hear from you. And Happy New Year. Take care.